the front basket had a hole full of cans for you to take. And it's all back together, guys, just like that. It's a nice neat finish. Okay then guys, so I bought this. This is a battery operated multi-gauge. So this will be able to read the temperature of the cylinder head as well as tell the time and a couple of other little bits and pieces, which is pretty cool. And the reason I've decided to go for this instead of the Nexty one, which I have, is because I don't really want to play with any more of the electrics. So everything works on the bike and I'm happy. So this simply plugs onto the spark plug as the Nexty one does, but it is battery operated. I don't have to try and feed a power source and a ignition signal. It works automatically. So this is what I went for. And I want to thank one of the guys once again on the Gensuki forum, Jay. I'll put his Instagram just down here. He runs this and I found it on Amazon and it costs 22 quid. So nice and cheap. It's got all the fittings in the box. You've got 2 options with regards of the loop for the spark plug, and they are both 14mm. The only negative that I have seen with the reviews on this is that those rings tend to break. But what I'm hoping is, because the Molossi cylinder head, which I have on the scooter, you don't have a lot of room. I need to obviously take this off again, but you don't have a lot of room because of the fins, the cooling fins on the cylinder head. And it was quite a tight fit, if you guys remember, for this one here. And this one fits really well. So what I'm hoping is that this thread is the same as the lead in this kit, and I'll just use this ring, hopefully. Otherwise, there is 2 types in here, and I'll get them out in a minute. I'm hoping I'll be able to modify them, but it does worry me that there was a couple of reviews that did state that within literally no time at all, the ring had broke. So let's get it all out. Let's have a look and see what we've got. And then, yeah, let's see if we could possibly use this one here. And this is what we have. So the main meter itself, it actually comes with a battery. It's in there. I think it's a 2032. There you go. CR2032. So yeah, supplied with a battery. You also have these little brass inserts here for the studs, so you can mount it however you like. You also get a Velcro pad if you want to stick it, which is probably what I'll utilise. I'll probably use this because I don't think the cable is now going to be long enough. So I've removed the bracket where I was going to mount it here. So what Jay has done with his, which is actually quite a nice idea, is it's enough to come under here and up. And I'm going to store it in here somewhere. So there should be enough of a gap on these hinges where I can bring it up and mount it in here. So it's just simple. I can lower that, see where I'm at with the temperature. If it's all good, lock it back in. And that actually keeps the scooter looking nice and clean. So that's the plan for installation. Strangely, a cracker, what I would call a cracker screwdriver, which is brilliant. I'm not quite sure what that's for, but there you go. This is one of the rings, and the other one is attached to here. You can see it's slightly different shape. But yeah, I'm really hoping, I'm yet to check, but I'm hoping that this thread here is going to be the same as that one. I'm very close. I hope so. I really hope so. Otherwise, I'll try and modify it. But yeah, and then you got your instructions, which is all in English, which is nice. And it tells you absolutely everything you need to know. And it has so many different functions. It's actually more than I realised. I just bought it because it was cheap. And I know that Jay runs it. And I thought, well, do you know what? It's battery powered. It's going to be easy either way. So I'm going to risk it. But yeah, all the installations. It's got a clock. There you see, you've got the temperature there, total. I'm not sure if that's distance maybe. It also changes colour. I think you can change the colour that it displays at. There's a timer there. So yeah, there is a few bits and pieces. So for 22 quid, absolute bargain. Oh, and it's even got RPM look. And I think using this table here, so we will obviously have this one, 2-stroke 1 cylinder. There you go, tell you RPM capacity. So yeah, it looks like a good little kit. For 22 quid, I'm definitely going to try it out anyway. So what I'm going to do first of all, take this apart and see if I can get the loom to attach to this fitting that we know already fits in the cylinder head. There you go. In the end, I managed to use the ring off the other gauge, this gauge here. It just fits so much better because it's upright. It fits perfectly. It doesn't foul the spark plug, and I'll be able to get it in and out. I've tested it, and it makes the temperature on the meter go up, so I know that's all good. And I've just put a bit of heat shrink around it. I had to open this up, so this fitting is just aluminium, and it was slit. And because the thread on this new loom is slightly bigger, I just put a flat screwdriver in it, opened it up slightly, roughly screwed it on. It's pretty secure, and yeah, it's definitely not going to move. And I've just put some heat shrink over it, and that's a nice, neat job. Because with this fitting here, I think I could have possibly made it work, but it was just fouling on that fin there, that tiny little fin. I'd have to grind that down because that's the only area that it will fit. But what it was doing was hitting that, and it was bringing this part of the sensor in towards the spark plug, so I can't get the HT lead on. So I thought I'd try modifying this, because I do have a spare, because I've got 2 of those other gauges, and it's actually worked. So yeah, all I've got to do now is fit that, get the spark plug back in. I can get all of this cover back on, and then fit the meter where I want it, and then feed the loom underneath, secure it, and we got a working thermometer. Just so I don't put too much pressure on the sensor, I've just cut out a little bit there and just bent it over on the inside. So when that's on, the spark plug's got plenty of room, and also the sensor has enough room just to move out the way, just so I can get the socket on, because this is the socket used to get the spark plug on. So yeah, I'll fit this, and hopefully I've made enough clearance there to clear this sensor, and that it won't rub and won't foul, because I don't want this to break. So yeah, let's get this on. There you go, guys. There's a little bit of room there, and plenty of room for me to fit the cap. So I'm happy with that. I'm now just needing to fit the bolt into there, and the one just there on the bracket for the oil pump, and then find somewhere to route this cable towards the front. So I want to go underneath the footboard and up. This yellow wire here, I wasn't quite sure what it was for, and then Jay kindly told me that it was for the RPM. So all I need to do is find a way of wrapping some of this around the HT lead. So I assume what that does is then reads how much sparks it gives, which then in turn reads the RPM. So I'm not going to need to use all of it, probably just about half a foot. So give or take that much I think will do. And yeah, find a way to wrap around the lead, and then the rest of it I will just neatly bunch up and I'll hide it somewhere safe. So yeah, I'll get these bolts in so I know that this is all secure. I can then get this cover back on, and then yeah, find somewhere to route this, and I will then find a way of routing the meter wire through here somewhere, through the back and under. And then this wire can just neatly rest on the belly pan. There you go then guys, easy enough. I just used the bit of Velcro that is provided. I've sat it there in the centre. The cable just goes down there by the hinge, and then that goes underneath, and it comes out just here. So once I've attached it to this end, I'll then just tuck it neatly in the belly pan, and that shouldn't go anywhere. And this closes up perfectly. So yeah, that's a nice neat finish. So what I've actually managed to do is feed it up, and instead of having the cable just sitting on the belly pan, I've tucked it just there behind this junction. So that's going to be nice and neat. So all the wire connectors, including this one, are now in one area. I had enough length from here to come underneath, and yeah, just tuck in here. So what I'm going to do now is tidy up this wire that leads to the spark plug. So you can see it, you can just about see it comes up, and I've gone along the frame. I'm going to use some small cable ties just to hold it neatly. And then this bit here, I'm going to wrap around the HT lead, and then that will be able to read my RPM. There you go, wrapped around. I am just now going to use some black electrical tape just to hold it in place, because I don't think really anything else will work. So I'll make sure it's tight like that. And yeah, I'll just go around with a little bit of black electrical tape. That should hold it perfectly fine. In the previous video, I mentioned the front basket had a hole. So what I've managed to do is I found this little bit of wire that I tend to use to hang up bits that I'm painting, but the thickness is absolutely spot on for this. So if it will focus, I just went across and I managed to get a little bridge. So what I did is the piece that's in here, I laid on top of here, and I just used a hammer, and it perfectly bridged it to the right diameter of this wire. So yeah, I've glued it into place, seems to be strong. So all I need to do now is mix up some white paint, and I'll probably use the gloss white actually that I've used to paint the scooter itself. And yeah, I don't think you'll notice. There's definitely not a hole there anymore, and the diamonds look almost exact. So I think once that's back on the scooter, this little basket will be completely hole free. And just like that, guys, the hole is gone. It's not perfect. It was a bit of a fiddle to try and glue it in place, but I just wanted the hole gone. And in all honesty, I mean, I will get it back on the scooter. I think if I get an image up from previous, you can see that there's clearly a hole there, whereas now you would never know. So yeah, I'll get that back on the front. So that is all done. Also, this is all painted up, nice and dry and all secure. This is that rack I managed to get off Harry, and just angled the back a little bit to match the spoiler. I previously mentioned that this is something I saw on a Japanese scooter, and I just really like the idea. I just thought it is a nice little detail instead of it just being flat. And I still have this one here, which has obviously got the cool box, but this is the one I'll probably run on a daily basis. So yeah, another little quirky modification. And it's all back together, guys, just like that. So, fingers crossed, that will be the last time in a very long time that I have to remove the side panels. I've decided to put the icebox back on to give it the full effect. So we've got the front basket and the cool box. Let's get it out in the sun. Whilst the sun's out, let's get it out in the sun and have another look with it in its, I would say, completed show state. So this is hopefully how you will see it at a show, full of cans for you to take. I might even put some in the ice box and actually have some ice in here and have a couple of cans on display. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. It's simple. I could have gone crazy with the graphics, but I just wanted it really, really minimal. And there's always opportunity in the future for me to go crazy or even change it completely for something else. But at the moment, I'm so happy with this. Such a nice project, and I've enjoyed every part of it, and I hope that you guys have also. So you can see that the temperature in the top right hand corner just there is working. It's going up slowly. I'm sure this is around about 60 degrees is where we want it. And currently it is, there you go, just clicked over 50. So yeah, I'm going to take it for a quick ride and see how quickly that goes up. And there you go, guys, there it is. What do you guys think? I could have gone crazy with the graphics, but I just wanted to keep it simple for now. And there's no reason why I couldn't modify it and change it really to even something completely different away from 7-Up. But I love it. I like the simplicity of it. The green and the white, it just goes so well. I'm so happy. And for those of you that have subscribed and have followed me through the whole journey, I appreciate you so much. It's really given me a boost to get this done. And I've honestly enjoyed every single second of it. And I completely recommend, I'm not a mechanic, but I completely recommend that if you like tinkering and giving things a little go, buy yourself a cheap scooter and just go for it. You'll love it. But thank you so, so much. Honestly, I really do appreciate it. And this thing now is ready for its MOT. I need to complete my CBT. I'm yet to book that, but I can get that done, not a problem. It's extremely local where I can get my CBT completed. Get some insurance on it, and we're away. And I can enjoy this out on the road, which will probably be relatively scary, but do you know what? I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm even looking forward to even more meeting up with the guys in the Gensuki group. And when we go to shows together and we have a lineup of these scooters, I just can't wait for that day. But once again, guys, thank you so, so much for watching. And I really hope to catch you in the next one.